Well, in terms of a process, I think the first thing that you need to look at is what behavior is it that you want to change. Do you want more penetration? In other words, you're trying to bring people into the category. You want more frequency of purchase. Do you want people to switch from one brand to another? I think it's really important to identify what specific behavior you're trying to affect. Next, it's probably important to understand the factors that are influencing current behavior. You know, there are a lot of these principles in behavioral economics are kind of generalized. It's kind of the one-size-fits-all, and that doesn't always work for everybody. So you really need to do a deep dive and understand what kind of factors are influencing current behavior. And you probably need to do that with more research along the lines of ethnographic research and moment of truth research, where you're not allowing people to kind of rationalize their behavior, because we know from other types of research that if we just ask people simply what they expect they will do in the future, that's often not very valid. We also need to understand kind of what frame they're looking through the world at. You know, what is their current situation? What's going on in their lives? What's going on in the economy? What's going on in the world? What kind of frame are they looking at the situation through? Next, I think we need to create dissatisfaction with the status quo and provide a vision of the alternative. That's really the key to behavioral change. If we can create enough dissatisfaction with what they have now, and if we can provide a vision of what the alternative is, that's the benefits of that, and then provide an easy way for them to take advantage of that, that's really the key to behavioral change. So creating dissatisfaction with the status quo, providing a vision of the alternative, and then explore the behavioral economic constructs, those theories that people have developed, or the constructs that they have, and see which one might be most effective in creating that dissatisfaction in the vision. You know, things like reciprocity and scarcity and social proof, things like that. And the thing is, with a lot of the new media around, particularly online, it gives us an opportunity to experiment and test some of those things very quickly and very easily, so we understand which seems to be working and which aren't working as well. So there's an opportunity to know without having to go through a huge study asking people questions that they probably would rationalize anyway. And then finally, I think it's important for us to provide that easy first step. That's probably the biggest thing that gets in the way of people making the change. If we provide some dissatisfaction with the status quo, provide them with a vision of the alternative, and then make it easy for them to take the first step. You know, there's a body of research out there done now by the Ehrenberg Bass Institute that shows that that the brands that have the widest distribution and that are easiest to buy, that are most readily available, that have the easiest path to the sales, are the brands that tend to be more successful.